This is a follow-up to the shooting death of Chicago police officer Ella French. And I'm going to show you what the hell is wrong with society today. Now, I'm sure you all have seen the video about DeMonte Morgan and his brother, I forget his name, who gives a shit, talking and defending what her sons did and killed one police officer and almost killed another. This is where we're at right now. This is what it's come down to, where you think by being a good parent, that means enabling and making excuses for your child's bad behavior. And furthermore, what you'll see is that she said my boys, my child, as if these are grown men, but yet you got mothers out there still talking about them as if they're little children that didn't know what they were doing. And let's all use the excuse of, oh, well, they were scared. Of course they were scared. They're criminals. They were riding dirty and they knew they were going to get caught. They didn't want to go to jail. That's what they were scared of. Without further ado, let's hear from the head idiot of the family.
Okay, I just wanted to get on here real quick to be a voice for my boys, Eric and Monty Morgan. I want you to know I love you and your family loves you, and you're not alone. Know that. For everybody else, I just want to simply say there is another side, and my boy's side is not being told right now. I cannot speak too much on it, but I will say this. Don't believe everything you hear and see. It's fictitious. And there is another side. My boys are not monsters, what people trying to paint them to be, at all. At all. There is another side. I don't believe a damn thing CPD says. And I can guarantee you this, my boys was afraid. I'm afraid. Our young black women, not only young black women and young black men, like I just said, I'm afraid. Adults are afraid of the CPD. And I'm clean. I'm not a criminal. My car is clean. I got insurance, all that. But if a cop get behind me, my heart drops. We fear our police here. Unfortunately, we fear them. We don't believe in them. We don't trust them. They get behind us. Our hearts drop. We scared. That's just the reality of it. Whether people want to hear that or not, I don't give a damn what people want to hear. I need to be a voice for my boys. And that's all I got to say. Let me get in this hospital to see my damn son. Can you open the door? I'm trying to see my son. Open the door. Monte Morgan, my son.
Okay, hold on. Was there a security guard?
I want to see my son.
Oh, hold on.
Monty! Monty! Don't touch me! Get away from me!
Stop!
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 Stop! Stop! Stop! Stop! Put your hands behind you.
Please let me see my son!
Put your hands behind you.
Please let me see him! Okay?
Put your hands behind you. Put your hands behind you. Put your hands behind you.
Unless you have blinders on, you see for yourself who raised those boys. My sons are not monsters. A funny choice of words, considering that that's exactly what they are. And this isn't the first time that they've been in trouble with the law. They were on probation. This is exactly what I call the enablers. You're literally making excuses for your son killing a cop and almost killing another one. And you said their side is not being told. There is no side. You got criminals who didn't want to go to jail and decided, rather than about not breaking the law. No, that's not an option. We don't want to go to jail. We want to live in a society where we do whatever the hell we want and laws mean nothing. And if that means I have to take a police officer's life, then so be it. She didn't offer any apologies, any condolences to the family of the police officers. Nothing. It was a total defense mechanism for her boys, as she called them. And this is what happened. She doesn't even look that old. So I'm guessing she had these boys at a very early age. But what I don't see, where the father's at. I see her in a lot of these cases. There's no fathers. There's mothers, single mothers, trying to turn boys into men, and they can't do it. They're not built like that no more. It is not a slight on anybody's ability or effort or desire to be a parent, but there's not many women that can turn boys into men. And that's where the fathers, I blame you. You have to be present in these boys' lives. And, you know, God willing, you're a positive influence instead of somebody like Ma'Khia Bryant's father when she was trying to stab somebody. He's out there kicking another girl in the head. That's not what I mean, being involved in their lives. If you don't want something for you, you should always want something better for your kids. And the fact that she goes on social media and just absolutely says the most inappropriate and disgusting things, I don't even think she's misinformed. I think she just doesn't care. Because that's the world she's built around her and these boys. It's the I don't give a shit attitude, and that it's always somebody else's fault. And no matter how many bad things her sons have done, she still finds a way to try to justify it and make it not seem like it's such a bad thing that they did. And you see, once again, the hood mentality rears its ugly head. What's the hood mentality? Well, let's see. It's not my fault. So what if I did it? I do what I want when I want. To hell with the laws. And blame white people. That's pretty much it. None of those things I just named did you hear the word accountability, respect. No, those things are shunned upon. And of course, if you meet your demise, then all of a sudden you're thrust immediately into sainthood. Where was she when they were committing crimes in the beginning? Not just this one. Nowhere to be found. My boys, my boys. Then you have another video where I want you to hear what this mother says after her son kills a police sergeant by running her over. And I want you to hear what his mother says. And you tell me if you don't hear any similarities in the BS.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Just hours after being released from jail herself, we caught up with Tiffany Henderson at her Sunnyside home. She told us she was willing to talk on camera to defend her son.
My child is innocent. He's innocent until proven guilty.
21-year-old Tavoris Henderson is charged with capital murder, accused of running over and killing Nassau Bay Sergeant Kayla Sullivan with his car. However, Tiffany says what happened Tuesday night was an accident and that her son actually called her after he was pulled over scared. She says she listened in as things escalated.
I hear someone being aggressive. I start crying, screaming.
She admits her son did take off, but says he's not a murderer.
He was scared. He panicked. My son has been trying to take street drugs to, cope with what's been going on with him. And it was simply an incident. It was an incident. It was a mistake. Mistakes happen every day.
Tiffany says her 21-year-old son suffers from mental health issues, and things only got worse after his grandmother passed away last year and he quit taking his medication.
They want to make it seem how they want to make it seem because she was a police officer. I understand that. My condolences go out to her, her family. Everybody's going through it right now. My child is a child also. So both sides of each family is really going through it.
Tiffany and her fiance, Jeffrey Wheeler, were also arrested, accused of hindering the arrest. Investigators say surveillance footage shows them dropping him off at a Southwest Houston hotel just hours after the deadly incident.
Did they see him at the hotel with me? They got surveillance footage of me, my fiance, and someone else, another individual. Not Tavares.
The Harris County DA's office says Tiffany Henderson lied to them, at first claiming she didn't even know who Tavares Henderson was.
They're alleging, and they slandered me while I was inside of, oh, look at him, he's a this, that.
Tiffany plans on hiring Henderson a lawyer. Until then, she says she'll turn to God.
Now, did you hear what she just said? Oh, my son's innocent till proven guilty. Not that he didn't do it, you just didn't prove that he did it yet. I'll wait for him to get convicted. And by that time, she'll have another excuse. But when I said similarities, she's referring to him by, oh, my child. Now, I know that is her child, but he is not a child. My mother doesn't refer to me as my child. It's my son. She knows I'm a grown man, you know, because my mother she's in touch with reality. And what else? Just like the first one, the Morgan brothers. Now you got this one, this mother out there. Oh, yeah, they were scared. They were scared. Yeah. All of a sudden now, oh, yeah, he's got mental health issues. He's got mental health. Oh, he stopped taking his medication. Every excuse in the book. Every excuse in the book. But guess what? You're going to get the book thrown at you. And deservedly so. And I say all this just to say and wrap this thing up with, you see why these boys are out there committing the crimes that they're killing and killing police officers. Why? Because you have grown up and you were raised by trash, by an enabler who will wipe your butt whenever you do something wrong and tell you, oh, it's okay. No, it's somebody else's fault. Yeah, the cops shouldn't have never pulled you over. And I hear this thing about, oh, they were scared. I'm going to say this, I feel like for the 1,000th time. If you are a law-abiding citizen and you get pulled over by the police, curiosity, maybe a little anxiety as to what the cause of it was, maybe the fear of getting a ticket, but outright fear because you're afraid of the police. So you're afraid of the police, but you're not afraid of the drug dealers and the gangbangers, which looks to me like that's what her sons in both cases are involved in. You're not fearful of that. You're fearful of the police. So whatever crimes that these gang members and these drug dealers and these awful people commit in your community and in your city, you're not fearful of that. You won't march and stand up against that. But if you get pulled over by the police, I'm afraid. Listen, you could cut the BS right there. The bottom line is this. I've done it. And I've also been pulled over by the police. I don't get scared because I get pulled over by the police. Why? Because I'm not a criminal. I don't have a fear of if I'm going to jail because I got this in my car or I'm carrying this. And for you to go on the news, at least she took it a step further. At least she did offer some half-hearted condolences to the police officer. Like, oh, I know she's a police officer and everything, but like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. And the thing is, she's facing charges. She took the guy to a motel and she got caught. And what does she do? She goes on there and just denies that also. Nah, they saw me with an individual. It wasn't him. They've got evidence. They didn't just make a blind accusation. You're busted. But you still continue to go on and justify the lie. You still continue to defend your piece of crap of a son. And you know why I think she defends him? because it's a clear reflection of her. And I asked in this situation, where's his father? Because clearly the stepfather or fiance, whoever the hell this guy is, he ain't shit either. So we're going to get that out the way. In the case of Ella French, they're being held without bond. They won't be seeing the light of day anymore. Thank God for that. And if they have a death penalty, which I doubt, I think they don't. I think they did away with that. But you know what? Life. And if it were up to me, it'd be life in solitary. They don't deserve to be around the population of anyone. You should rot for the rest of your life in one cell by yourself. If you enjoy this video and the content on this channel, I ask you to drop some comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And as always, I will see you on the next episode of What's Your Opinion?